Okay, so let's talk about the other aspect of this. So let's say that you know your customer acquisition cost fairly. So what do you do with it? How do you use it?
So I've kind of alluded to it, but customer acquisition is one part of the equation. The other part of the equation is customer lifetime value, or how many times customers are coming back to purchase the product from you. When you know what your customer lifetime value is and your customer acquisition cost, if you subtract the customer acquisition cost from the customer lifetime value, you essentially end up with the profit that you're making per customer. When you know all of these numbers and you know what your customer acquisition cost is, you know how much more you can spend out to go get more customers and how much profit that's going to lead to over time. So that's essentially the way that you're going to be leveraging the customer acquisition number, is making sure, obviously, that you're making money on the platform, but that you're able to then go figure out what you can even see this down to a keyword level if you want to, where you can actually go out and acquire customers or spend more money to acquire more customers to help you grow the brand over time, because you know every customer you acquire is going to lead to X amount of profit for them coming into essentially your business's ecosystem.
Okay, so the purpose of the customer acquisition cost is really to establish that as one of the deductions that will come off of your lifetime customer value. So let's then define the lifetime customer value, and then let's discuss how people can get it.
Yeah. So the customer lifetime value is essentially how many times a customer is purchasing a product from you. And it may be that they're purchasing different products within your catalog. So you could have a good example of this might be like a food product. Customer might purchase one ASIN at one point, but they might come back and purchase 2 other flavors of something in the future. All of that is your customer lifetime value. And you acquired this customer through advertising. They liked your product. And then every product they buy from you after that point is calculated within their customer lifetime value. So the way to do this, and again, it's not easy, you alluded to it, is downloading the reports and looking at the customer IDs and seeing how many customers are purchasing the product again. There's software that can help you do this, but that is essentially how you would have to arrive at it. You have to manually process the data if you weren't using a software to see which customers are purchasing more products within, or which customers are showing up more than once within your order reports to see the customer lifetime value or the number of purchases that they're making of your branded goods over time.
Okay, so this one is a little bit easier to calculate.
Yeah,
right, because it's you download your total order report and add up the total. You can even pull it up from the dashboard, but total sales ultimately. And where it gets tricky is you've got to be able to identify that customer ID in those reports and then create a list of distinct customer IDs.
customers, yeah.
You don't need to know who they are. What's the number? So if you receive 1,000 orders and it's 700 distinct customer IDs, well, there you go. So
Yeah.
you have 700 customers. You divide that by divide the total orders by that. That's your lifetime value. So okay, even though we say lifetime value is, that's not the profit you're making, right? So because everything will come out of that, your cost, the merchandise and commissions and blah blah. So do you do anything with that net customer value versus the gross customer value?
Net of all the other expenses and costs that come with it?
Yeah.
For us, I mean, as an agency, we don't have access into all the data points from our clients' profitability perspective. I mean, specific to Amazon, yes, but off platform, when we're coming up with the overall e-commerce customer lifetime value or net customer profit, because at a certain point, it's possible for customers to leave Amazon and go purchase the product from your website, which is adding a whole nother level of complexity, actually getting to the true numbers of customer lifetime value. So when we focus on acquiring customers, we're really focusing on how much inventory we're turning over time from customers purchasing the product again. Because at the end of the day, the more inventory turns we have, the more cash we have to reinvest into the business, and the the faster we can grow the business from that standpoint. So from a net customer lifetime value standpoint, that would be your true profit, but that's not something that we as an agency specifically focus on. We focus more on the sales and marketing aspects and just trying to acquire as many customers for you at as profitable a number as we can.